I randomly woke up early today and I don't have class until like 2 to 3 hours. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video about the whole like Trash Tate stuff because it just seemingly got worse. So if you don't know who they are, they basically do podcasts with other like influencers and they talk about like anime and stuff like that. I personally don't watch it. I think the only time I've ever seen them was like on my For You page when Moist Critical was on there. And what happened recently is that they had a pretty controversial figure named Hasan Piker. Hey, funny enough, I made a video about him last night. And a lot of people estimated at the time of that video's release that it had like 45k dislikes to like 19k, 20k likes. So the like to dislike ratio was absolutely insane. Which shows you whenever Hasan leaves his echo chamber, he's massively hated and rightfully so. And so one of the people of the podcast, or whoever runs the podcast, Connor, CDog VA, they talked about the decision of having Hasan on, and we're just going to sit here and talk about it. So if you are new, please consider subscribing. I know I sound super condescending than normal, it's just that I'm really tired and I just can't fall asleep. So I decided to just hit up the recording and make this video so that I wouldn't have to worry about it later and I could just edit it later. But yeah, without further ado, let's watch the clip.
I told Hasan as well. I was like, hey, look, the show is not political. We don't want to deal with politics. We're most likely not going to have you on again. No, and that's not like anything like, hey man, it's just like, look, we don't want to fucking deal with politics. I think the Trash Taste viewers also don't fucking want to deal with intense fucking comments. It sucks to read. People just getting fucking upset as shit about it. And I know some like fans of Hasan will be annoyed about that.
If you think about it, this is low-key like a gray area because he is right. The channel, like what they're doing is not like political, but then having a controversial political figure like Hasan Piker that's been documented over the course of like 2 to 4 years at this point, I'm kind of questioning like the decisions here.
But I just told him, I was like, look, at the end of the day, we don't want to invite like a fucking shit show to the comments. And I think it was ignorant on our part to think that if we just didn't talk about politics, that it would stay out of it. Because that was our thinking, because we already had him on once. And it was fine. But some people were angry.
Wait, they had him on once, bro? What? I see, that's some information I didn't even know. But shit can just change in the span of 2 years, bro. Hasan is just super fucking controversial. This is the closest you will ever see me talking about politics, by the way. If it's just me talking about, like, Hasan. I think I mentioned it in, like, last night's video. Didn't he have, like, a terrorist and called him Luffy or some shit?
About it. But, yeah, I mean, it was ignorant on our part to think that, if you didn't talk about politics, it wouldn't matter. But yeah, a lot of things have changed in 2 years. I don't keep up with what's going on. I get all of my news from the BBC. I don't go on Twitter. I uninstalled it. I think all of us were kind of blindsided by it. So it was kind of, a lot of people like they're out of touch. I'm like, I guess, like, I think that's safe to say if being in touch is living on Twitter and engaging with politics 24/7, because we just don't do that.
Honestly, this is valid, okay? Motherfuckers just be living on Twitter, man. Like, go outside for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, your life changes. Swear to God. Besides seeing some fine shit on my timeline, Twitter is actually just super toxic. Like, bro, everywhere you see nowadays, it's just political shit. Whether you follow it or not, you will forever see it, and it's just super fucking annoying. Because listen, if I'm like on YouTube and I'm scrolling, I'm trying to find something. I'm usually trying to find something to relax, just be entertained, right? Last night I was watching some Sonic Unleashed like development stuff and cut content, so I got to see like people messing around with the debug room of that game and stuff like that. See, that's entertaining to me because that's what I want to do when I go on to YouTube. Find stuff that's entertaining but also interesting within like my interests and shit like that, and stuff that's just relaxing after like a hard day in college and shit, right? But no, I'll fucking scroll and it's just a bunch of political stuff that's happening in the world that I literally barely know nothing about. Nowadays, bro, you can't even just like be in the middle. You have to pick a side. It's like you either are with us or you're not, and we're going to hate you for it. Like, why can't that just be in the middle? I don't really give a fuck about politics, bro. Like I said, this is the closest you will ever see me talk about politics because fuck that shit. That shit is draining, dude. Listen, it's always good to be informed if your curiosity is peaking, but do not do it to the extent where it's like you're on Twitter 24/7 and all you see is that shit. Go outside, touch some grass, enjoy life outside of the internet. But there is one thing I do want to mention. If you're saying that you're not on social media 24/7, then you should probably go do some research on the person you're about to bring on the podcast beforehand. I mention that because what I'm seeing, a lot of people are saying that Connor's actually friends with Hasan, so that way he should have known, and he's just basically fucking lying and making a bullshit excuse, so that way like shit doesn't like hit the fan. Listen, I don't know if that's true. Someone's gonna have to let me know in the comments and like drop some info on that shit, but all I'm saying is that you should do your fucking research if you know you're not on the internet 24/7, okay? Like, if you're going to use that excuse, at least say, all right, listen, I'm not on the internet, but, you know, we should have, like, done more research and shit like that. But people, like I've been saying, are also mentioning that he's actually friends with Hasan, so how could he possibly not know? Shit, listen, I don't really know. I'm just a dude, and I just saw this shit on my timeline, so I may not even have the full picture here, even with this video, so someone's gonna have to let me know. All I'm saying, fuck Hasan. He's a horrible person. The ban that he got, that shit should have been permanent, okay? Alright? The rest of the mainstream audience would have been happy as shit if this motherfucker got permanently banned, because that means the internet is healing. So what I want y'all to do, okay, is to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, road to 1K soon, and then go outside, read some manga. I've been reading Dragon Ball Super manga recently, the Granola arc. I'm rereading that again. Amazing. I'm about to reread the Moro arc soon. So read, I don't know, just go outside, take a walk. No music. Maybe with Nishabes or some shit. Listen, I don't know. Just go outside, gang.